Hello, fellow detracting mouth drooler. Welcome to Philibuster episode 5. This is the show that recaps a recap with more insight, entertainment, and 100% less snorting, and that is guaranteed. Let's talk about the daily wrap from Monday, June 16th, 2025. And don't worry, Phil, you're never going to be taken out of context here because I will actually play the whole clip. I'm just simply going to pause and add in my piece. That also does make it transformative right away, so I'll do what I won't. Let's go ahead and get started.
Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Monday, the 16th of June, 2025, a unique streaming day. If you're wondering why my hair looks like this, it's kind of like uneven and messed up. It's because I was wearing a hat. I'll explain in a moment. What a weird day. Today was a day where
It wasn't really a weird day. It wasn't a strange day. He begged and begged and begged and begged, and finally, a few dented people took mercy on this poor soul and tossed him the last few dollars that he needed, inch by inch. I'm telling you, by $2 tip, by $2 super chat, over and over and over until finally it was hit. And I don't know, his hair doesn't look any worse than it usually does, which is typically pretty terrible. But yes, that is right. You heard it here probably last because everybody else has their clips out by now, even though it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. Yes, he was wearing a hat. We have the return of an old gimmick. Why he was wearing the hat for some reason, I don't really know, but he did say very briefly that if a lot of support was raised, of course, big money, if he made big money on a nighttime chill fishing stream, which he didn't, by the way, can't imagine, but he said if he did, that maybe he would dig into his closet and find the old fishing lures and start adding those to the hat again, just like he used to. So I believe we are beginning to see the return of some old gimmicks. I'm not so sure he's going to want to do this closet clean out marathon on July 4th because I don't know, he might need those glasses, the hats, and the vests before we know it because things aren't going good for Phil. But oh, if you're wondering why my hair's messed up, he thinks everybody just has got to know every little detail about him, or as if people are asking these questions. Who? Who is asking? Oh, if you're wondering why I'm wearing this, if you're wondering why I'm doing this. Oh, Christ. Yes, Phil, we all just can't get enough you.
I was absolutely happy and ecstatic, and a day that also I was disappointed. So allow me to explain why, because
he was happy because the begging worked, and then towards the end of the day, not very happy because the begging didn't work. I think he finished off with, I think it was $60. I could be wrong, but don't worry. He remembers and he'll tell you.
It actually went pretty weird. It actually kind of went the opposite of how I thought it was going to go. Okay.
If he thought that nighttime fishing thing was going to make him $11 billion, he's stupider than I tell people.
In the morning, we did a level 1 podcast, but it was an abridged version, meaning it was not 2 hours like usual. It was just, I think, just under an hour. And it only covered various topics such as the schedule for the week, some Q&A and stuff like that. And in reality, we didn't have a lot to talk about. And I told everyone I'm willing to do a very short podcast today. So
he didn't have an hour's worth of stuff to talk about. It was him sitting around, fucking the chat, being fairly toxic, fairly argumentative. He had about 7 minutes of things to talk about, and that is a stretch. And the rest of it was just absolute garbage.
You can have more gameplay of Blueprints. As you know, Blueprints last week was on the chopping block. This is a game we played over 2 months.
Been on the chopping block for like 3 weeks.
It's over 50 hours, but we were getting less engagement, less support, less attendance every time I played it. And I told everyone I wasn't going to allow this to just be a game in the rotation that no one ever really supports at all, which is what was happening. Several streams, we were getting like $20, $30. So all of a sudden last week with Blueprints, rallying of support, we get a double goal day. So I told everyone, well, because we got that support, we'll play it again. Today, playing Blueprints, major progress yet again. We actually drafted the throne room. We actually solved a optional, well, not really optional, but a very important puzzle that had a satellite dish launch. I was like, what? and a bunch of other stuff like that. Now, from what I'm going to understand, probably 1 to 2 more streams, we will actually beat Blueprints and see the true ending. It's so cryptic to do, but it looks like we're on the right path and we can do it. Okay. So, all that being said, how did it go? Well, actually, at first it was slow. Then we had a rallying of support and got over a.
It was slow the entire time. And the only thing that saved it and made it look like it was somewhat successful was he needed about 20 more bucks. And somebody coughed up and gave him, I think it was a $16 tip. And simultaneously, I think he was holding that tip for a minute, but simultaneously, someone tossed him a $20 super chat to have mercy on this poor motherfucker's soul. So it looks like he not only hit the goal, but exceeded it. But I promise you, it was 15 minutes. And I think Snort Hogan or Snort Burnell has a video called like the grossest begging he's done in a long time. Seriously, check out that video. It's called like the most disgusting begging DSP has done in a long time or something like that, where he just sits there. He's not playing the game. He's just sitting there waiting to clock out and begging and begging. And come on, let's hit the goal. Again, he's not even playing the game for like 15 minutes. It was really, really gross.
$100. Then it hit a wall. We got stopped getting support. Last minute, end of the stream, bunch of people support, and we exceeded the goal.
Yeah, he sat there for like an extra 5-6 minutes of overtime, just waiting and waiting. Literally just sitting there counting his money. Look at this face. It's a great face.
So Blueprints continues next week. To be honest, I did not think that would happen. I actually thought.
And it really shouldn't have, but like I say, he sat there for, a few minutes of overtime. And he even said a timer on his phone. You got 60 seconds. You have 60 seconds to get to the goal. Let's go.
Thought Blueprints would end today for sure.
And it technically did, because by his clock out time at 4 o'clock Pacific, he had not hit the goal. So he wouldn't have done anything if he wouldn't have stayed for the overtime and begged his ass off.
After last week's rallying, I was like, there's no way we'll get that again. But we hit a goal. So
no, you limped. You limped to a goal at best. It was really gross, sad, pathetic. It was very yucky to watch.
I was like, wow, I'm shocked, right? So now what's the late stream? The late stream is a new game called Cast and Chill that just released on Steam today for like $12. It's normally $15, but it's on a sale. This game is the demo. It's the full version, of the demo we played on Friday. It is kind of pixelated graphics, kind of reminiscent of, early 90s story-based point-and-click adventure games on PC. You row out onto a lake and you start fishing. And you just start catching and you have.
It's actually very cute, and I like the old-timey-esque kind of graphics, but of course it was some of the most boring shit. It's exactly as boring as it sounds. Your character rows out on a little boat. Like I say, the backgrounds are cute and everything, but it's this guy just sitting there with that scowl on his face, not saying anything.
Different lures, different rods, different strengths of line. You upgrade your boat capacity. You do all these different things. And it allows you to catch bigger, better fish. Sometimes there's legendaries you can catch for big rewards. You make money, and then you just improve, and you go back. Now, this full-fledged version of the game has a lot more to it. Way more upgrades to buy, multiple locations that unlock over the course of the night. And we ended up with 3 different locations that we fished on. I think I had like 6 or more lures, 3 different rods, maxed out my capacity for 8 fish at one time in the boat. And the different locations were nice. They were all on the same river, but basically each one looked a little different. The first one is kind of just this lake side has these ducks and deer. The second one, there's these trees that are like changing color in the season, which is really nice. And then the third one actually had this beautiful like underwater setting, and you could see like cabins and stuff out in the distance. And there were squirrels in the trees and so many different kinds of fish. I mean, bass and trout and walleye. We got a legendary tonight. We actually caught a legendary, okay? But in general, the game is mostly meant to be chilling, meaning I don't think the whole focus of the game is meant to just sit there and pay attention to the game all the time. You're supposed to be doing something else, watching TV, watching something.
The game point is not to pay attention to the game. You're supposed to be doing something else while you play the game. I've never heard of a video game that says, hey, listen, our game is so slow and so boring that you can actually just do something else while you play it if you want to. Go watch a TV show. Hell, just cast your line in the water and fuck it, just walk out of the room. Go throw your laundry over to the dryer from the washing machine.
That on your phone, talking to someone else. And that was the point. It was supposed to be a throwback to my old chill streams where I did fishing 3 years ago. It was 3
Well, it was, and it did about as well. And he was wearing that ridiculous hat.
years ago, the summer of 2022, I played Bassmaster on Xbox. And on those nights, it was meant to be a hybrid where, yes, I would sit there and fish, but also I would interact with the audience. And I told everyone that's how I wanted to approach this stream tonight. So what happened? First half of the stream, things were going good. First off, I put on the fisherman's hat, the same one that I wore during the Bassmaster streams, but I didn't make anyone hit a support goal. I said, I'm just going to wear it tonight.
Oh, well, aren't you just the most fucking wonderful streamer that ever lived? For once, I just want you to know I didn't paywall something.
It's been so long, this would be awesome to see the hat come back, right? So I did.
But why? You're doing a closet clean out in about 3 weeks. We would just see it then. Did you rummage around in that closet looking for that hat specifically? What did you do with the box from the steering wheel that's sitting right in front of that closet door? I am confusion. Did he really rummage around for that hat? Has this been planned? I don't know.
And so I wore the hat all night, and actually, it worked okay with the new camera angle. It definitely wasn't perfect. It was phasing in and out partially, but it actually did work deep.
Well, because he uses not a real green screen. He uses that shit on that shit-ass camera that he's got, so it looked okay at best.
Decently, I would say. Okay. First half of the night, lots of conversation, lots of fun chill. We're going back and forth, having good talks and everything, interactions while I'm fishing. Sadly, there was a technical issue. For some bizarre reason, my third-party controller, the Mishinike, doesn't work with the game, which is odd. It works with the demo. It doesn't even make sense. Like, I played the demo with that controller on Friday and had zero issue. Tonight, I couldn't cast. It would just go like this and never cast. I'm like, what is going on?
Of course, this guy has some kind of a problem. Because, of course, isn't there always a problem?
I don't get it. I have no idea what happened and why it wouldn't cast. So I ended up having
We know that you don't understand how any of your shit works. We know.
to use the Xbox Elite 2 controller to actually play the game. Okay. But once we got that technical issue done, it worked smoothly for the rest of the night. Like I said, 3 locations or whatever. But here's what happened. First half of the night ends. We got like $45. I'm like, all right. Second half of the night, we'll rally. No, second half of the night, people started saying we're bored. The game's not fun. The game is not that good.
You're sitting on a boat in the middle of a lake. And this guy, he already has a face that looks like his voice is putting him to sleep. So you can only imagine how absolutely horrific this really was.
Good. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, no lie. This is exactly the same experience we had 3 years ago. The game isn't meant to be the big focus. The focus is we're hanging out and talking.
Then why in the holy mother of fuck would you do this again? Well, this is exactly what happened 3 years ago. Everybody was telling me that this was stupid and boring. And last night, everybody was telling me this is stupid and boring. Then keep doing this. I've never seen somebody continue to do things that don't work and then be so confused as to why it doesn't work.
So, tag me in chat. We'll talk. We'll have conversation or whatever. And I hate to say it, I feel like we have a different crowd for the most part. There's a few people who are kind of holdovers from 3 years ago.
Also, somebody asked him if they donated $10, would they be able to name a fish? And he then went on to say, no, that's stupid. But if someone else gives me $10, I'll time you out right now. And someone threw in a $10 super chat, and he timed the person out for about 5 minutes. So there was that. But also, he could have edited out that sip. He's not live.
A lot of the people who were around 3 years ago for those late night chill streams for fishing aren't around anymore, or just weren't here
It wasn't going well back then either.
Tonight. So people
magically, the people who were around 3 years ago aren't around today. Complete shocker. I know.
We're saying we don't like it. We're bored. And I'm
Yep.
like, that's a shame. I want you guys to understand something. I hope if you're looking for a relaxing game, a fishing game, anything, check this game out. Watch the footage tonight that I'm going to upload. This
I'm
is a good
absolutely
game.
not
I
doing that.
actually very much enjoyed it. I know people are already saying they're adding all kinds of new features. There's a roadmap in the game where they're going to add Rumble and all kinds of stuff. Sounds good to me. Like, this is the kind of game that I very much enjoyed playing. I don't know how to make this game resonate with an audience when the whole point is we interact.
If you don't know how to make a game resonate with your audience, then you are a piss poor video game streamer. That is literally the whole point. To make the game fun and exciting and to give your viewers on the live stream a good experience. That's literally your job. So what you're doing is you're sitting here and saying, after 17 years of doing this, you don't know how to do your job. And you don't do it well and you don't know what to do.
While I play, and it worked. The whole first half of the night, we were talking and engaging. All of a sudden, second half of the night, everyone started like clammed up. People got bored or left or just were, I don't know, falling asleep. I don't know. And it died. And that's sad. That we ended the night only at like $60. So everyone's like,
Okay, I thought it was $60. When I poked in, he had 200 people watching on YouTube. I don't know how many people were watching on Kick. And then later on, I checked, I think he had 170, I want to say, people watching. It was dead. It was dead, I believe, of the whole time, but I didn't watch the whole thing. I know that he stayed late. I know he stayed late trying to hit the goal and just kind of ended on a sad, pathetic, okay, guys, well, I guess that's it. I'm going to go.
well, are you going to play it again? I'm like, why would I play it again? You guys told me it was boring, and then no one supported the stream in the second half.
But you really didn't know. You really had no. I'm not expecting you to be clairvoyant, but you really didn't think that this. You really had this crazy idea that this was going to go well. Really? Okay.
All the support came in first hour, nothing second hour. Why would I keep going? You know? And I'll be honest, there's been a big fallout of support on Kick, okay? To give
Oh, this has been the hot topic over the last couple of days of conversation for this guy. I lost 150 subs. I've lost 150 subs. No one's coming over here and giving me any big sub bombs anymore. You can tell that that is legitimately making this dude nervous. He got very, very comfy and very, very used to getting those weekly checks from Kick. And he's still getting them, but what are they really now? About $40 probably. So yeah, this is really, really, really upsetting him.
give you perspective, I've been streaming 2 days this week, and so far this week, I have about 20 gifted subs on Kick total. Total. All right?
Seeing as how Kick is nothing but trolls and LARPers, he's honest to God lucky that he's gotten 20 subs over the last 2 days.
And it's funny because, my trolls and shitbags combined, they're like, well, you banned everyone. No, I didn't. If you take a look at
No, I mean, you banned some of them, and we looked over this today. He was talking about it. No, he didn't technically ban everybody, but he just chased everybody else away. They either willingly went back to Kino Casino because that's who they were supporting to begin with, or he pissed them off so badly that he left. He did himself a huge disservice when he revealed himself to be the King Snake. I think that was when he lost Rare Tricks. I think that was when he lost somebody else. There was another person that he ended up pissing off. Cucky Koala went somewhere. Dr. Lexus went back over to the casino. And so everybody just left, either because he was so mean, he was so rude, or he was completely boring, or Kino said, fuck this guy, don't support him, he's a piece of shit, or they were turned off by his attitude during the whole King Snake arc. That really, really hurt him.
the people who contribute, I've banned one person, Iron Chef Sakai, who had like 2 or 3 sock accounts. He's banned. That's it. No one else is banned. It's for whatever.
No, nobody else is banned. Of course not, because they dropped you huge amounts of subs on Kick. So why on earth would you ban them? If Dr. Lexus came back today and gave you 100 subs, you want him to be able to do that. If somebody else came back and wants to gift you 100 subs, you want them to have the ability to do that. I noticed that you didn't say It's a Me Ken, who you believe to be Iron Cuck. I don't think he is, but you didn't say that they were blocked. I wonder why that is.
Whatever reason now, people aren't really coming by and supporting on Kick. So because of that,
For whatever reason, can't figure out that it's him. or is just in denial that it's him. I'm not sure which one it is.
You know, that used to help. That used to boost the streams and get us to the goals.
Help, that used to be
We're
everything.
getting one sub here, one sub there, and I'm appreciative of that.
No, obviously you're not. I've only gotten 20 gifted subs in the last 2 days. There are some people that haven't gotten 20 gifted subs in the last 2 days, especially on Kick, where it's 99.9% people LARPing and trolling and shitting on him.
I am. For those who are coming by and actually, you know, dropping a sub here or there, I do appreciate it. But basically,
But, in other words, I don't. Yeah, that 1 or 2, those gifted subs are nice, but I need you to put a 0 after that 2.
you get a night like tonight, it's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm interacting with the chat. We're having conversation. I'm trying to be as fun as I can while I'm playing this fishing game.
If this is as fun as you can, dude, you really just need to hit the time card and go home. If this is as fun and entertaining and peppy and everything else, you know, energetic as you can be, then dude, you're done like dinner. You really need to just go on ahead and let this shit go because you can't cut it.
Learning it. Same exact thing I did 3 years ago with Bassmaster. 3 years ago, everyone loved it, and those streams did amazing. Now, this stream tanks. So I guess that's it for Cast and Chill. All right, but I hope that you will still watch the gameplay and enjoy the game for what it is. I really enjoyed it. I'm sad. I'm legit sad. Here's why. Number one, I thought Blueprints would tank today, and that would be the end of the playthrough.
It pretty much did.
But I thought Cast and Chill, being that we have a track record of fishing games working, would have actually done well. I legit thought we might hit 2 goals tonight, and then we do DSP Tries It tomorrow. Instead, now we're stuck at 18 out of 20, and we're probably not doing it tomorrow unless a miracle happens on the first stream.
I don't know. You better talk to Ryan. You better work it out.
So, yeah, it is. It's disheartening. I thought it was going to be the opposite, and it was the complete opposite outcome that ended up happening. And now Cast and Chill, a game that I bought and was hoping that we were going to play a bunch. I'm not playing it yet. What can you do, right? So, it is what it is. Enjoy.
You could learn that games like this don't work. Do yourself a huge solid, my guy. You'll never see this, but that's fine. Take the word chill out of your vocabulary because it's not working for you. Chill with you is code for boring. It's not a happy environment. It's not a positive environment. There's nothing that's working. Take the word chill out of these nighttime streams. They're not working.
Enjoy the gameplay. Sad to see it go already so soon, but I think it's a great game, and I hope that you'll give it a look. Okay? So now here's the deal for tomorrow. There is no podcast on Tuesday. I'm going to repeat that. We're skipping the podcast. Instead, I'm just going to chill with you guys for like 15, 20 minutes, and then
No, more chilling again. He should never be allowed to use that word ever again. So no podcast, but he's still going to ramble on for a half an hour.
By 12 p.m. Pacific time, we're starting with Onimusha 2 HD. This is a game that you guys wanted to see last month.
You're on camera. Why are you looking at your computer? Why are you fucking about on your computer? Sit still, stop fussing with your hair, look straight ahead at the camera, talk into the microphone. What on earth do you have to be looking at right now? You don't know what game you're playing tomorrow? Give me a fucking break.
But I told everyone that I was going to skip it at the time.
Why are you looking over there? We can't see. Are you going to share your screen with us and show us what you're looking at?
Time that it didn't make sense to play it because there was too much going on with other releases that were lingering. Well, now we've got Clear Obscure done. Blueprints, we're only playing once a week. We got time in the schedule for it, so we're going to do it starting tomorrow. Now, if you've been waiting eagerly for Onimusha 2, if you liked the Onimusha 1 playthrough that I did last or a few months ago, please come by, engage, and support with this stream.
For the love of God, because I am not doing so well, and I blew $400 this weekend on WWE Champions. Please, guys, for the love of God, stop by and give me some money.
If we hit 2 goals during this stream, we will be doing DSP Tries It Mod Pizza tomorrow. If we don't, well, then it's going to hold off till whenever we hit 2 more goals. Tomorrow night, the late stream will be Minecraft. Sometimes Minecraft does really well. Sometimes it doesn't at all. It seems to be hit or miss, okay? I hope in Minecraft we have a good time. We always do. I'm not sure what we're going to do. I don't know if we'll return to the mines. I don't know if we'll do more overworld exploration. That's certainly viable. We could do that. Maybe ride the horse. Some people have said what I should do is organize my base camp better. Make different pens. Make a pen for the pigs, a pen for the chickens, a pen for.
Are you guys super excited to watch him play Minecraft tomorrow night, where he will be organizing his animals? That personally, like, I can't wait. Whatever I'm doing tomorrow night, I'm gonna cancel.
A pen for the horses. That way, they're all separated and they're easy to get along and interact with. Right now, I'm having a hard time trying to interact with all of them. Maybe I should do that. Maybe that's a good suggestion. Okay, we could do that tomorrow night. We'll see. But tomorrow night will be chill vibes, and hopefully you'll come by for Onimusha too. I would love to hit 2 goals and do DSP tries it tomorrow, but
Oh, well, of course, naturally. I would love to get $300 in my pocket tomorrow. Well, duh.
it's a tough ask. I don't think we're gonna do it, to be frank, but I guess we'll see. All right. All right. So everyone
Throwing out those sneak bags and those sympathy bags. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna do it.
sorry that sadly Cast and Chill didn't work.
You're the one who should be sorry. You're the one putting out this incredibly piss poor content.
Sorry that I can't guarantee a DSP tries it tomorrow, but I wish you the best. Have
Well, nobody gives a fuck about that.
a good night, and hopefully we have a good one tomorrow. I think we will. Thank you all. Peace out. See you then.
Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna do that. I won't be doing a stream today because there's no podcast. I'm not gonna listen to him go on for 20 or 30 minutes about how, you guys are stupid. You wouldn't come by and support my fishing. I put the stupid lame hat on for you and you didn't give me any money. Yeah, who the fuck cares? And I don't care about the game, so I won't be doing any of that today. But that's it for the filibuster today. Make sure you stop by next time for more hoping, more coping, more begging, and me discussing this incredibly lukewarm content from this washed up, never should have been, and barely ever fucking was. Stay toxic, my friends.